Welcome back to SciQuiz Central. Today, we are putting your zoology knowledge to the absolute test with a massive 100-question Animal Kingdom Blitz. We've got 3 rounds lined up, starting easy and getting progressively harder as we hunt for true animal experts. Let's jump straight in, starting with the easy level. What is the largest mammal in the world? The blue whale. Which big cat is the fastest land animal? The cheetah. What type of animal is a Komodo dragon? A lizard. Which bird is widely known as a universal symbol of peace? The dove. What do you call a baby dog? A puppy. Which flightless bird is the largest living bird species? The ostrich. What is the only mammal capable of true, sustained flight? The bat. Which insect is famous for making honey? The honeybee. What is the primary food source for giant pandas? Bamboo. How many legs does a typical spider have? 8. Which animal is famously known as the king of the jungle? The lion. What type of creature is a tarantula? A spider. Which marine animal is known for having excellent memory and 3 hearts? The octopus. What do you call a group of wolves? A pack. Which mammal is famous for having a pouch to carry its young? The kangaroo. What is the tallest living land animal? The giraffe. Which farm animal is sheared to produce wool? The sheep. What kind of animal is a garter snake? A reptile. Which black and white marine mammal is also known as an orca? The killer whale. What do caterpillars turn into after their pupal stage? Butterflies. Which domesticated animal is known as man's best friend? The dog. What type of animal is a frog? An amphibian. Which cold-blooded animals are covered in scales and lay eggs on land? Reptiles. What is the largest species of big cat in the world? The tiger. Which bird is famous for its massive, colorful tail feathers used in courtship? The peacock. What do you call a baby cat? A kitten. Which slow-moving mammal spends most of its life hanging upside down in trees? The sloth. What is a group of fish called? What type of bird is a bald eagle? A bird of prey. Which animal is famous for its black and white stripes? The zebra. What do bees collect from flowers to make honey? Nectar. Which reptile is known for slow movement and a heavy protective shell? The turtle. What do you call a baby cow? A cat. Which heavy land mammal is famous for having one or two horns on its snout? The rhinoceros. Now let's go to the medium level. Which mammal has the most powerful bite force in the world? The hippopotamus. What is the only bird that can fly backward? The hummingbird. Which continent is the natural habitat of lemurs? Africa. What is the collective noun for a group of flamingos? Flamboyance. Which shark species is widely considered the most dangerous to humans? Great white shark. What type of animal is a Portuguese man o' war? A siphonophore. Which animal has the longest lifespan of any vertebrate, reaching over 400 years? Greenland shark. What makes a marsupial different from other mammals? A stomach pouch. Which flightless birds live almost exclusively in the southern hemisphere? Penguins. What is the primary diet of a king cobra? Other snakes. Which large rodent is the largest living rodent species in the world? The capybara. What specific type of animal is a barnacle? A crustacean. Which mammal has a dynamic defense mechanism of spraying a foul-smelling liquid? The skunk. What color is a polar bear's skin underneath its white fur? Black. Which lizard is famous for its ability to change color to camouflage or express mood? The chameleon. What do you call a female deer? A doe. Which marine mammals are known to hold hands while sleeping so they do not drift apart? Sea otters. What is the largest species of shark living in the oceans today? The whale shark. Which bird species can mimic human speech and complex household sounds? The parrot. What is a group of lions called? A pride. Which tunneling mammal has tiny, skin-covered eyes and uses specialized touch receptors on its snout to navigate? The mole. What gives flamingos their distinct pink color? Their diet. Which primate species shares the highest percentage of DNA with humans? The chimpanzee. What do you call a male honeybee whose sole purpose is to mate with the queen? A drone. Which intelligent marine mammal uses unique signature whistles to identify and call out to each other? The dolphin. The main physical difference between alligators and crocodiles is that alligators have a U-snout shape. Which animal group does a sea anemone belong to? Cnidarians. What is a group of crows called? A murder. Which animal has the largest eyes in the entire animal kingdom? The giant squid. What do you call a baby kangaroo? A joey. Which canine species is the largest wild member of the dog family? The gray wolf. What type of animal is a platypus? A monotreme. Which flightless bird native to Australia is the second largest bird by height? The emu. Now let's go to the final round. Which mammal has the shortest gestation period, lasting only 12 days? The opossum. What is the deadliest animal in the world based on human fatalities per year? The mosquito. Which specific organ does a cricket use to hear sounds? Its legs. What is the only known animal that is structurally immortal? The immortal jellyfish. Which specific bird produces a nutrient-rich fluid called crop milk for its young? The pigeon. What is the scientific term for animals active primarily during dawn and dusk? Crepuscular. Which marine creature is the only male animal known to give birth? What makes the star-nosed mole's nose unique? Fleshy tentacles. Which large African mammal secretes a red fluid acting as natural sunscreen? The hippopotamus. What is the main function of a narwhal's prominent tusk? A sensory organ. Which deep-sea fish uses a bioluminescent lure to attract prey in total darkness? The anglerfish. What is a group of owls called? A parliament. Which mammal has scales made of keratin and rolls into a ball for defense? The pangolin. What color is the blood of a horseshoe crab? Blue. Which bird has the largest wingspan of any living bird, measuring up to 11 feet? The albatross. What unique hunting strategy is used by the archerfish? Spitting water. Which frog species is famous for having fully translucent skin on its underbelly? The glass frog. What do you call a group of rhinos? A crash. Which bird species is capable of flying continuously for up to 10 months without landing? The common swift. What is the only species of bear native to South America? The spectacled bear. Which sea creature can regenerate its entire body from a single severed arm? The starfish. What type of bird is a kakapo? A flightless parrot. Which land animal has the longest migration route, traveling thousands of miles annually? The caribou. Which insect has the most painful sting on the Schmidt Sting Pain Index? The bullet ant. What is the only venomous primate in the world? The slow loris. Which species of turtle is the largest living turtle in the world? The leatherback. What do you call a baby echidna? A puggle. Which type of lizard can squirt blood from its eyes as a defense mechanism? The horned lizard. What is the specific name for a group of porcupines? A prickle. Which seabird can dive up to 200 feet underwater to catch fish? The gannet. What animal is the closest living relative to the extinct dodo bird? The Nicobar pigeon. Which marine creature has the highest blood pressure to safely dive to extreme depths? The sperm whale. What is the common name of the tiny microscopic animals known to survive space? Tardigrades. And that's it for this quiz. Did you dominate the animal kingdom, or did the hard round completely stump you? Drop your final score in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more quiz videos. Click the video on your screen to keep the science battle going. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.